second-year guys this year to contribute even more than they did last year and be part of this defense as well?
It's paramount that these guys this year get a chance to compete and compete for playing time. And right now, as I said, the inside guys are doing a great job in the spring. So I think they're in great shape going into this season.
There's just some buzz about Tyreek, that he's one of those next guys ready to make a jump. What do you see from him? What's next for Tyreek?
He's got really great ability. He's really twitchy. He can run. He's got great condition. He's starting to learn how to play football, and that's the biggest key. Now he's getting all these reps. By the time he gets to August, we're ready to go. I'm really pleased with him.
What is a guy like that, year one in your system? How was the transition? What do you think out of him?
Year one is a learning process, trying to figure out how to play the game fast. Year two, spring ball, where I'm at year two. Now he understands the game. Now his talent and technique should take over. And that's what we're starting to see.
We're recruiting trail back and forth. We know each other through a mutual game. How's that working out so far?
It's been awesome. It's been really awesome. What are you going to say? we're building a great relationship. It's all about making sure that the kids are in a great position. You walk on the day, first day, and say, hey, let's put our guys in a great position. And that's what we are. So it's been really good.
What has he brought to the table that opened your eyes?
The fact that, he's really experienced. He knows exactly what he wants, how to do it. He understands the front, understands the back end, so we can get in great position. He's not afraid to take suggestions. What's the best fit for our guys? And I think that's good. It's kind of been our defense, how we're going to put it together. And I think Ray's done a great job kind of managing it.
Yeah, Tommy was talking about y'all. We might be seeing more of a nose guard look occasionally. What's kind of going to be different a little bit, Larry?
It's the same as last year. We're going to play a 3-4. We played a 3-4 last year, odd package. We'll be an odd package sometime. But we're based out of 4, and that's what we're going to do.
What do you have kind of working at nose there with Roberts on the sideline?
Well, we have right now, we have 3 guys working over it. Devon has done a great job. He's had a great spring this week. Devon, we got Antoine Jackson and Tommy has had a great job. I mean, so I really feel good at 3 guys I have. I said the other day, probably the best 3 guys I've had in a long time, that I can interchange anybody and get the same network, same kind of work from each guy. Those guys have had a great spring so far.
What about the guys trying to replace Draymond?
Well, that's the process. That's the job. That's what it's all about. Tom, Teron Benson, Jason Curry, who's fighting for the job. And then we have another guy who's already be a great That's Dwayne Haskell. Not Dwayne Haskell, but Haskell. He's a great job.
Larry, when you look at Haskell, when you look at those, when you look at all those names you mentioned, it's a lot of 4 or 5 star guys. It's a lot of guys who are ready to play the system. Is there too many guys for a rotation? Would you play 6 or 7 on the inside?
You could never have too many. You want to play down the next guy's zone. I never felt that have too many. You got to plan to play those guys in all the plays a long game. We average about 75 plays a game. So if we got to get 20 plays, each one of them, so I play 35 So I'm not going to say we got too many. I like where we are. Yeah, sorry.
Zach Harrison, Will Potter,
young guys, what you expect of young guys trying to transition to playing college football. It's a faster paced world right now. And their eyes are big and wide, but I tell you what I like about them, they're working at it. And that's all I ask them. Just play hard, keep learning, it'll come to you. And that's what's happening right now.
What's it been like going from recruiting Zach just like 2-3 months ago, getting him on board, and now having him coaching?
One thing is really good that we had a great relationship before he got here, and that is really carried on. I think that's what makes a difference. So he takes the coaching really well. He's really bright, always coming in the offices to watch videos. How can I get better? And that's what you want.
Did Noah ask for 97, or did it just happen that way?
I think he asked for it.
Did you have a discussion with him on what that number means? I mean, of recent times?
Not yet. We're waiting.
Yeah.
Not yet.
But that is taking on a man. What does that tell you about a young man?
Sometimes I have flashback watching 97. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's some different guys been in that jersey number, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, what is the responsibility of wearing that number from your
well, the guys who would have Jones be great football players, really outstanding players. You know what I mean? Noah's just got to be himself. He can't follow those guys. Those are special players.
Players being Yes. What have we seen from him? What's he doing last year? And what's the next step?
Tyreek has always been quick. He's always been in great shape. And now just learning how to play football. Last year was a big learning experience, I can tell you that. Now, we see the clarity as possible today. Terry's got a great future ahead of him. Yeah, pretty good. It's a young player now, so you got to be careful. He's still a young player. He played 40 plays a game. And just like Devontae Baptiste really starting to come along for us. Tyler Friday's starting to come along for us. The two guys, the mainstays, Coop and Chase, are doing a great job managing those guys to make sure they go to position.
What's it been like being kind of a one coach that's left from last year's defensive staff and getting used to working with all the new coaches that have been brought in here?
You know, change is part of life. Change is part of this job. So you adjust and you keep going. That's what I've done. You have to do it. Be resilient, just change, and say, let's go push football. That's all that matters. Let's go push football and make sure our kids are in a great position.
Hey folks, we have Haskell Garrett here. Have you felt the responsibility to kind of help all those guys get used to what it's like here at Ohio State?
Oh, of course not. Just a tradition, a culture of what we're all about, what it means to play, be a coach for the Ohio State Buckeyes. So that's a huge responsibility. I ride in every morning and pinch myself. So I get to go in and coach at Ohio State University. That's pretty cool. And not a lot of people can say that. I think they understand how important it is to be coaches here at Ohio State University.
Larry, you talked about, said you requested things. How did Zach get a number 33?
It was his choice. Zach is very simple. He doesn't care about jerseys. He's like, 13, 33. Okay, I'll take 33. Yep. End of story. It is just kind of what Zach is.
How's he doing this?
He's doing really well. I'm really pleased with him.
I knew you said back at the Rose Bowl you were trying to, kind of work him into the system, trying to overwhelm him.
Yeah.
How's that process going?
It's going really well. So we're in a slow process. We're pushing him. What we're really trying to make sure his technique is really sound before we can push him. Once he can master the technique, how to play fast, everything is. He's got the talent. Now just know how to play fast.
Larry, this is your first win without a baseball.
I know. How about that? You know what I mean? You guys know me long enough. I'm always about the next guy up. I don't worry what I don't have, or what I have in the field. So it's really nice to have those two balls. To have Nick back another year. It's not happening. So the next guy's up. So that's kind of nice.
Two more questions for Larry.
Yeah, I'm really hoping those guys step up really big for us because I think this is what we're doing is we're soaking those guys a lot right now to make sure they get a lot of reps and they're ready to go. I'm talking about game speed, and that's what we're going to do the next 7 practices. Those guys are ready to play.
Chase Young, how do you want to see him take it from last year to be that top of the line type guy as a junior?
When you get to the level he's at, he's got to be a really great technician. You know what I mean? The athleticism takes over, and now his toolbox, his pass rush, his skill set, his hands. Those are the things that separate us. Those are the things we're working on. It's the little things that's continuing to improve.
It seems like Tyreek Smith has used himself as kind of like that next guy. So what have you seen from him in these spring practices heading into the season?
He's done a great job for us so far. He really has. I'm really pleased where he's at. He's working hard. He's got a great sense of humor. He's got a great sense of how important it is to be a great player. And that's what I love. He comes every day to go to work. And that's all he asks me to do.
I know Greg Madison's used a rush linebacker sometimes in the past, kind of that hybrid defensive end linebacker. Have you guys been experimenting with that at all this spring?
We have not. You can just kind of line up and play technique, get off blocks and play. That's down the road. We got to be fundamentally sound.
Larry, Beebe's been banged up. Are there any long-term concerns, or would he be playing if there were games right now?
He would. We're just trying to be cautious. I've got 3 nose guards inside, really banging it out right now, so my sense of injury is pretty good.
How much of that, I don't want to say it, but how much of the guys behind them with getting those extra?
Where like Devon is getting a lot of reps, so he's getting ready. Now so Tommy Toya is coming forward. He's getting ready. You got Antoine Jackson behind him. So I'm really happy that we have 3 guys to be able to go forward without a BB because I think it'll help us get more reps. Yeah.
Tyreek told me that when you came in, you mapped out Tyreek Smith. He told me what mapped out what his career should look like. I know he has really high expectations for his son. How do you feel like he's been coming along in the process?
I think first year we're close to what we set down as goal. Year 2 is really important for him. Where he goes goal-wise, I think this is a critical part. And guys who can handle the second year really take off. So I'm waiting to see where he goes. I can tell you this, he wants it, and that's half the battle.
Larry, guys that we've talked to have said the scheme this year is a lot more north-south. What's the advantage of that?
Playing vertical upfield, that's really cool. Not running sideways a little bit. So everything is in a gap, play your gap, get off the ball, and go play, and that's good football.
Is it simplifying things too much to say that that's more aggressive?
You can never be simplified, no.
No, I mean the question. Question, I don't mean to simplify the question, but does that mean that you're just being more aggressive?
No question about it. Gap specifically, so we know my gap is I can play faster. That's my gap, I can go fast too. I'm not going back. So it's a good change, play fast.
Do the changes that are made back back in the back, you know, having the bullet, all that stuff. Does that change anything that's done up front there?
No, our front stays the same. Our front stays the same. Four-man front stays the same. Just play a little zone, little man. Just kind of change it up.
Thank you, Coach.